Let me begin by saying this. I've been playing Battlefield since 1942 Wake Island leaked beta. Okay, so I am a long time Battlefield player. Been playing this game for many, many years. First things first, this is not Call of Duty. Two different games completely. So, since we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into my full Battlefield 3 review. First thing you notice about the game that is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the games that you'll buy a new video card for. This is one of those, test your PC out type of games. As you can see here, a lot of things are going on at one time. The PC version and Xbox are different games, regardless of what anyone else will tell you. On the Xbox version, it's only 32 players. The PC version, there's 64 per map if you go into a large server. Look how I stormed the battlefield with a lot of people. The map is very busy. A lot of things are going on. It makes you feel like you're in a real battlefield. There's going to be a trend during this review. I'm going to say Battlefield a lot. Now the sounds in this game are fantastic. You hear airplanes going by, helicopters roaring by, shooting missiles, and just war cries and war chatter. It's a really, really great feeling, and it feels really good in this game. It actually sounds like a real battlefield. The visuals in this game are remarkable. The graphics, the shining of light, the reflection, the bullets hitting different things and ricochets and create sparks and things like that. The graphics are fantastic. And this is why the Xbox can't handle this game. The PS3 could handle the game due to the larger disc. However, when they make a game for both systems, they have to port it down to the less console, which is going to be the Xbox. I'm not bashing the Xbox. I have the Xbox. I love the Xbox, but it's time to change it up. It's time to get a better GPU in there and also allow larger discs to be used. Now, as you can see here, this game is just fantastically looking. I mean, sometimes when a lot of things are going on, a lot of stuff is blowing up, and a lot of gunfire is going around, it's really hard to see what's going on. You get disoriented. It's kind of like you're in a real battlefield. You can see this kind of like a smoke or kind of a haze over everything you see. Now that's due to the fact of all the vehicles and explosions and things like that. Kind of similar to what you see on a real battlefield. There we go. You're catching on. Now, this game has similar ranking up things, kind of like the Call of Duties would. There's different ranks. You unlock different perks. For example, you can unlock, unlimited sprint, where you sprint a little longer than normal. Different guns have different attachments you can have. In this video, you'll see I just had pretty much the basic guns. I've played this game about 30 hours on the Xbox, and I'm just getting into it on the PC. So I'm not too far on the PC, but I've played enough to see the big differences between the two. Being in a 64-person server versus 32 is a huge difference, and the whole dynamics changes. It's not really run and gun as much as it is on the Xbox. It's more of a tactical game where you have to seek cover and use the vehicles to your advantage and use the environment to your advantage. As you can see from this video, I blow holes in walls and things like that just to gain a competitive edge. With the PC, there's also dedicated servers, which is really good because you can get locked down to a certain game type, or you can get locked down to a certain map if you want, and that is extremely cool when you're playing this game. Now, with the unlocks, they're saying that it's 100 hours to unlock everything of actual gameplay. I know with the engineer class, you can go through, you can unlock landmines, you can unlock different type of missiles, the javelin, the stinger, and things like that, which is extremely cool. And I don't see any type of balancing issues needed with this game. I don't see one gun that's too powerful versus any other gun. The only gun that is very powerful, in my opinion, is the F2000. However, that gun is accurate to what it does in real life. It's a very fast shooting gun with low recoil that's used by the U.S. Military. So I don't see anything wrong with that because that's what the gun is and that's what the gun does. So here's a tip for everyone that's trying to learn how to fly. Ride with someone that knows how to fly. When you do that, you get their unlocks. When they unlock, you know, when they fly and capture a point and they get points, you unlock what they unlock. Like this guy right here is getting a kill, hopefully. And when he gets this kill, oh jeez, I just got shot out of the helicopter, great. But when he gets the kill, you'll get credit for that kill. And you actually start getting points for that. And you unlock flares and unlock the missiles. Because in the early beginning of the game, it's really, really tough to actually play all these vehicles and get kills with them if you don't know how to, you know, use the vehicles. So riding with someone, for example, I'm riding with this guy right here. And if he gets kills and he actually ranks me up for this tank, then I get the rank. It's really cool. So right there, he just got a kill. I got 20 points for that. Now, if those 20 points were to rank me up, I will unlock whatever the next unlock is, whether it's missiles or secondary alternate fire like he just did right there. Always switch to third-person view as well. That's really a good idea because you can actually see around what's going on, check around behind you. You can you know, move a little bit faster that way too. And once again, I can't fathom how good this game looks. And even though you're looking at this video in high def, it still does not compare to the live action of this game. You're going to need a very, very beefy computer to run this. I actually had to upgrade my video card completely to actually run this game. But this game runs very, very well. And I'm running it right now, I'd say at about 40 to 60 frames per second while recording. So, you know, it's not really the biggest deal. It's not really 100 frames per second, but it runs good. Now, the Xbox version only runs at 30 frames per second, no matter what. The PC version, you can get it up to 60, you get up to 90. I mean, if I stare at a wall, I can get 150 frames per second, but that's beyond the point. Now, I know I spoke about the sounds in this game, but just the overall feel of the game, including the sounds, is what really sets it off. I mean, I have a surround sound set up, and when I get into a tank, I hear everything in the tank. I hear the back rattling. I can hear me clicking the different optics, you know, and I can hear everyone around me. It's really cool to hear, you know, the guy next to you reloading. You know, he yells something, oh, I'm reloading. He'll say, oh, I'm reloading, I'm down. It's just a really good feeling when playing this game, and you hear the full, you know, the full war cries and things like that. It just really gives you that feeling that you're on a battlefield. Battlefield. And a lot of tactics in this game you can take from other games. For example, like when you play Call of Duty, you know about you know, using your cover and flanking the enemy and things like that. And on Battlefield, you can make your own cover and you can flank the enemy however you want. I mean, for example, if there's a guy in a building, you know, you can blow a hole in the side of the building and run through the actual side of the building to attack them. You don't have to go through the normal front door. And it's just a really good feeling to know how the Battlefield adapts over time. And playing with the jets is really nice. The jets are not overpowered as people think they are. However, it's very difficult, and it's kind of like a fun way of like a little mini game of being in the sky. There are different Stinger missiles and things like that that lock onto you on the ground, and you have flares to shoot out. And once you shoot your flare out, it recharges, and you can flare again if they try to shoot at you. However, if there's multiple people aiming at you and they fire back to back, you will not dodge it, and you will be shot down out of the sky. Also, helicopters are pretty much sitting ducks when they're just sitting there, and you have a jet, because you can just lock on and shoot it, or if they have flares, you can just shoot it with some bullets and just knock it out. But the airplanes and helicopters are a great distraction. However, if you're not an experienced pilot, it will distract you from the battlefield, and you won't have a competitive edge in the game. Now, this game really relies on team play. As a medic, you can actually be in first place without getting a kill, because when you revive your teammate, it's 110 points. Now, a kill is just 100 points, and a revive is 110 points. And when you kill your teammates, you get about, I think, 20, and then you get 30 for your squad mates, I believe. But there's times when I'm a medic, and we're in a big room, and I throw it on a med pack, and everyone on my team picks it up, my squad picks it up, and I'm getting over 400 points. Just that simple, because it's just, you know, it's just so effective to help your team out. And that's really good because you don't have to go around and run and gun. You can actually defend points, defend your objective, and take care of your team, and you can be rewarded with points. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And it kind of like the emphasis on team play. It's really cool. Now with the Xbox version, there is an HD pack that you install when you first get the game that can enable the high-res graphics. But don't let that fool you. These high-res graphics are nothing like the PC edition. Nothing at all. They are two different things. The PC is a very high-res graphic pack. Also has better lighting, and it has just the great reflections and everything that makes the game look good. Like, once again, you need a beefier system to play it. However, if you have the system or have the resources to build a PC or buy a PC that can play it, I recommend you pick this game up. This game is fantastic. Now, with Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 3, they are completely different games as well. This game is more of a Bad Company 3 than it would be just a Battlefield 3. So let me explain. Because with Battlefield 2, there was actually commander mode. When you're actually the commander of your team, you can request airdrops, you can request different things from your commander. The commander would drop these things. You can say, oh, my squad needs ammo. The commander would drop it. Or your commander would say, attack this objective. And then you go there, you get more points for it. Now, I'm a little disappointed that didn't make it this year's game, because that being the commander is kind of like a risk type of game where you're seeing it from a bird's perspective. You control the battlefield that way, and that is just a really cool way to have the game. And I'm a little ashamed, a little sad that it didn't come and make it into this year's game. However, without that being in there, it doesn't take away from the fact that this is a very phenomenal game, and the shooting, the grenades, and the game modes all combined to make an excellent shooting game. It makes an excellent war game. It's not just infantry, it's full-on war. And that's why I prefer this game better than Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a great game for what it is. However, it's more of a running gun, lacking tactical approach to the game. I prefer flying my vehicles and not pushing a button and let it fly for me. You know, I really don't review games too much. However, I'm going to say this. If you're looking for a change of pace from from Call of Duty, and you want something that can entice you for a long time, and a game that will have great replay value, and something that you can hop in with your friends and, you know, go to town. You can hop in a tank, you can hop in an airplane, you can do whatever you want. Battlefield is your game, especially for the PC. I totally recommend it for the PC over the Xbox. But if all you have is the Xbox, it's still a good game. Like I said, I logged in, you know, over 20 hours on it already for the Xbox. It's a great game. However, I moved over to the PC just because it's a more refined experience. If you have any questions, please let me know. And this is Kevin, Red Tank, whatever you want to call me, and I'm checking out. Thanks.